Now, you all guys seen what happened recently in the market. We've seen this huge sell-off, Bitcoin breaking below 90K. Then we've seen that Sunday or pump after Trump announcing crypto reserves, Cardano, XRP, and all those. And we've seen this completely reverse back down again, completely selling off over the weekend. Right after I published the previous video, it started selling off, and now it's again coming back up. And that is actually not a crypto thing. And this is what I want to show you here, which is a strong evidence that we're going to have a major bull market soon, or the bull market will resume basically, because we are already in one. So what happened basically is the stock market started selling off. When the stock market sells off, crypto starts to sell off, especially after now crypto is also a stock thing because it has an ETF. Bitcoin and ETH both have an ETF, and we've seen a lot of red here because they're also selling their Bitcoin with the stock market. So what's causing them to sell off? Basically, the market is not certain with the tariffs that the Trump is talking about and all that, but we don't care. What matters to us here is the dollar. So I hope you guys paid attention to the previous videos where I mentioned the dollar, and we've seen historically whenever Trump takes office, the dollar goes down. So why is it important for us to see the dollar going down? Because all of our assets, when you see these BTC USD, ETH USD, Cardano USD, XRP USD, which means they are priced against the dollar. When the dollar goes down, their price automatically goes up, which means that's what we want to happen. And now the dollar is selling off like crazy today. And probably now the market is calling bluff on the tariffs and all that, and probably pricing in something that dollar will weaken and the economy will probably start booming. But what's important to us is the patterns, because patterns often repeat. So this line here as well, I'm gonna add a text here. This is 2017, January 2017, basically when Trump took office for the first time. So our boy Trump here, whenever he takes office, the dollar starts selling off. It happened the first time and it's happened the second time. So knowing that he's now never gonna take office again, but this is something we can keep in mind because it's playing out again, right? It is playing out, and exactly the charts look almost similar. Now the simulation keeps surprising us, but the charts all showing us the exact thing, right? So two double tops with a fake out, and then the dollar starts selling off. And if we add now here below, down below here, this is Ethereum chart, our beloved underperforming altcoin that is causing us not to see pumps so far. Ethereum here, whenever the dollar starts selling off, Ethereum starts pumping. This is 2017, by the way, where we had a major altcoin season. XRP did a 600x back in the time here. Now, again, whenever the dollar sells off, this is also this blue line. This is Biden. By the way, whenever we have a new president in the market, the dollar sells off. But Trump is very notorious for the sell-offs on the dollar. So as well, when the dollar sold off here, it started pumping. But what I want to really show you here, and you can see clearly how similar this is. And I actually caught it early on, and I told you guys about it, because how likely we get Trump twice, and Trump messing with the economy twice and messing with the dollar twice. So that doesn't happen often with the same chart. So I have these double tops here. Now we have Trump again, double tops, fake out, the dollar is selling out. Right, so if the dollar is going down, the prices should start going up very soon. Now, basically, probably this is what we're seeing now playing in the market. We're seeing Bitcoin start to reverse back up. Now, what's causing Bitcoin still not to full-blown go crazy? I do think it takes some time for the market to price in those moves now by the dollar, but we clearly see how the dollar is selling off. This is giving me some bullish vibes, guys. This is it. If the dollar goes down, assets go up. This is a balance in the universe now. When the dollar goes down, prices of assets go up. Now, it doesn't matter what the politicians are saying, or what they talk about, or what is the new thing that is dumping the market or that is pumping the market. The market always follow. So the dollar is going down here today. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a bit concerned with ETH when it started selling off, right? So I was not expecting to see a new low on ETH. Basically, this is a new low since 2023. So a new yearly low below 2024, a new yearly low. It was concerning, but I was thinking, what if this is a fake out? What if this is a bear trap? What if this is meant, or the market is kind of shaking people out because they know soon enough we're going to see the strategic reserves and countries buying ETH and Bitcoin and other top cryptos. What if those big players want to buy early on? Now this sounds more like a fairy tale, but when you look at the dollar, that's when you understand it pretty much on a more logical based view, which is dollar going down. It is about time for risk assets to start going up. Now the second thing is the global liquidity index. Now this as well is telling us how much money is circulating in the world, how much money people have. So whenever it gets up or starts going up, like in 2020 with the stimulus checks and all that, we had a bull market. This is the ETH chart. So for those that are new here, whenever ETH pumps, everything else pumps. Whenever it dumps, everything dumps. That's how it goes. Well, when we had this spike here, this astronomical pump on that money supply or global liquidity index, it started running. Now, seeing that the dollar is completely wrecked and looking like it's going for the range lows now, and it's sold off completely and followed the Trump pattern, it looks like the dollar is gonna go for a hell of a ride to the downside, and that could cause the global liquidity to actually keep going up and rising. And as long as it rallies and it keeps going up, we might actually be in for an actual 2020 kind of rally here, which actually caused a sustained bull market, which we are still waiting for, which did not happen yet. And a main reason why we were all waiting for it, and you would see that most of the people are still waiting for a bull market and say that what happened this far is not a bull market, which is true because we haven't seen really top coins taking out their all-time highs yet, besides XRP and Solana, which now is completely sold off its all-time high. Besides those, we haven't seen any other coin besides Bitcoin taking out 2021 tops or all-time high. And actually the most important here is this global liquidity actually breaking above this downtrend. If that happens, if we see this like in 2021, and we did see it in 2017, basically, as you can see in 2017, it was very aggressive. It's an aggressive uptrend from the global liquidity, which managed to cause an altcoin season in 2017. So, and we had the same thing as well here. If you look at it here, when it starts contracting and going sideways and not moving much, we have a bear market or some sort of a sideways move. But as soon as it rallies, that's when it causes the massive bull market. So we can argue that we are somewhere here now, where this global liquidity is going, like trying to break out here. And once that happens, later on we start to see the bull market and ETH pulling a new all-time high. So basically ETH did not pull an all-time high until the global liquidity started to rally higher, and basically when it broke out, ETH was on an uptrend since. So this started the actual uptrend on ETH if we look at it here on in 2021 and 2020. So that's another thing I'm looking at, another thing why I'm not shaken by this market, another thing why I'm not panic selling anything, and I'm holding my bags, and I'm even buying more because of this exact same reason here, guys. That's why I'm not getting shaken out, and I'm still holding, and I'm waiting for this actual thing to play out. I don't want to miss out on the actual bull market when the actual global liquidity starts to break back up and cause massive FOMO in the market, with the dollar going down like that and really following that 2017 pattern. We all know 2017 was basically the biggest altcoin season ever. In 2021 we had an altcoin season, but it was very quick because of the dollar because the dollar started gaining strength and because the Fed started hiking or raising the rates. Now one more thing as well is the dollar going down, as well as the stock market going down or selling off recently, as well as cryptos and the global economy, and Trump wants to actually wants the Feds to start cutting rates. This could be another catalyst that we're waiting for a sustainable altcoin season, and that's actually what the global liquidity is waiting for as well, is for the whole global economy to start cutting rates and start printing money and injecting money in the system. And that is another big reason why I'm still bullish on this market, and I do believe a big pump is coming soon. So one thing as well I want to add here is we might see now the market actually playing as it did play in the past, where we see money rotation actually happens from top to bottom coins, from Bitcoin to top 10 to top 20 to top 50 to top 100 to top 1000, and it keeps going like that instead of actually money going straight up to degeneracy, pump fund and all that. We might see actually a true altcoin season as we usually see. And when it comes to Bitcoin, usually when the global liquidity tops like we see in here, it does take 50 days before we see another all-time high, and this is when we broke above the previous all-time high. This happened 50 days after the global liquidity topped, and now we're still trying to find the top for the global liquidity, which I do think this might be actually it, the breakout. And if that happens, actually we will see a sustained rally from Bitcoin. But even if that does not happen, just by the fact that global liquidity has been pumping this far, has been going up since January, we would see another all-time high by the end of April on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin taking out these previous highs at around 109k per Bitcoin, which also telling us if Bitcoin is pumping, altcoins are going to start pumping as well. Now, one last thing as well to keep in mind, which is the crypto fear and greed index, which is still into fear, and we never bottom on these kind of fear and greed index readings. We usually stay on extreme greed for a long time, and whenever we are in extreme fear, usually that means Bitcoin is down 70% and the market is completely destroyed when we are in this type of fear. But now we're in this type of fear while we are on a massive uptrend on the whole market. If we look at Bitcoin alone, it's been on an uptrend since basically 2023. It's a massive uptrend, and whenever we see a sell-off, we see the fear and greed index resets completely to fear, because the market is still not believing this rally. And also another reason why I do believe the market will still pump in the future, as the fear and greed index only goes into fear when we have those extreme dumps like we see here. So if the fear was around, if the fear was here, then it would be based on actual real price action. But if the fear is happening here, then we can say that the market is overreacting to whatever is happening, and the market is actually still on a massive uptrend, while in fear usually means it's a bullish time and a very good time to be buying and getting into the market, if not already in. If you're already into the market, well, basically we just need to weather the storm and wait for favorable conditions, which I do think now, as I explained, are coming soon, and we'll probably see a new all-time high on Bitcoin very soon, within end of April, and probably by May it would be way above its all-time high, or putting another all-time high. Now meanwhile, while the prices are going up, altcoins are going to start to price up higher, and we might see the actual last altcoin season happen after May, or between May and November of this year. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching today's video till the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.